What is it about
I'm the first one. I'm actually the best one to tell to freestyle because I can freestyle. But what's happening in this studio today? Please take this one shot.
It's all right.
Are we safe?
Did you miss
Are we safe? If you have an idea of the song that our Olive is dancing to, please go to our
she's in the mood.
Instagram.
Her birthday is in a few days. And I already have videos.
He's like breakfast.
There's no music.
I am too much of a lady to respond to exercises. Huh? No.
Lolo, your feet are shaking. You can't.
You can't.
Your feet are dancing.
I cannot be moved by such.
You just said policeman. What was that?
Please,
many people really.
Are you upset? Are you so upset about that video?
No, it's the hair.
The video I was in with Nollywood legends.
It's the angling of
the
hair.
We're not even discussing. Are we talking about it? No, we're not.
Because you're still upset.
So do not take us back to an evil day.
It's the British accent for me.
Yeah.
That has not fully come out.
I'm on a... It's Friday.
Obviously, and they're fighting over something.
Think about it, girl.
That's not how Aaliyah sang this song. She'll be rolling over in her grave now.
And let her roll. That means she can resurrect. And give us some more jams.
Think about the food.
Anyway, it's Friday. And this means...
It's Friday. Sing it as you sang.
It's Friday. Think about it all night. It's alright. That's why I don't go for karaoke.
I've never heard that song in my life.
You have a lovely voice. Why don't you go for karaoke?
But do you know that every time I go for karaoke, I'm never happy?
Why?
Everybody knows the song except me.
But that's why it's karaoke.
And that is why I hate it. I hate the people's glory. I hate their shining.
Oh, God.
The stars are bright and I want to dim it. Especially with a blessing. I would never karaoke with her.
I'm being a prim and proper lady today.
No, in your stripes.
I had my nails done yesterday and I finally feel like a lady. So I'm just going to like...
channeling your feminine energy.
Be myself.
Your femininity
is going to rain on your parade. Meanwhile, some people are just gearing up. Sorry, my darling. You know, we're talking about it a few minutes before the show. That some people are already out of this...
their bodies.
Out of this continent. And because...
What is with this amebo on this show? Somebody can do something.
I'm connecting with Lolo feels
me ask
exactly
the question.
how
I don't even know what is it about pink. They think they can glow more than us.
Exactly.
I don't know what's so luminous about some people on the table.
And they just feel as if, you can stroll in here and whether you're given a script or not, you can just
do it.
Keep going like an AK-47.
Whatever. Anyway, you guys know. Why did they put LFO kind of picture, video?
Oh my God. The hateration that I'm bathing in right now.
Have you hateration?
I'm bathing in
listen in English.
I don't understand.
Yes. I've not even known Aqua is finished. Aqua is...
Please, Lola.
Anyway, it's Friday, and this means we're rounding up the week and sending up some hottest conversations on TV. But before you get into Hot Topic Special today, here is what's trending video I saw online. I know you're wondering why I'm reading that way, but my eyes cannot see. I don't know how true this caption on the video is, but this one really got me smiling. So let's have it.
I think school fees is even a bit of a reach. Just tell me that I will get full tank. No holds barred. I would
destroy yourself.
Myself and dance like David.
Full tank. You are talking. Yesterday we were asked a question. What will you choose?
You chose food.
You meandered.
I'm just saying. Tank. Okay, no. You know, food is even like these days cheaper than full tank. Yes, now free food. So just tell me that I'm getting full tank. Something I would not. It would be a bit of a.
This is just enough.
But school fees your mate.
School fees is no one's mate.
So you ask the question of Cameroon. School fees your mate. Let them say this in my children's school. Catherine, and we even tie Oja.
I will escort you.
I said university. Let them just say 3 million is going. My sister, I will dance to Grant. Like David dance.
You sit down there and dance. If your leg cannot support you to come up there, you continue dancing
with reggae.
So you know when you go to all these schools, they'll be telling you mommies and daddies to come out. But it was that school fees. But what I really hope it was that it was not just a ploy to bring them out.
No. But
I really hope that they
even if it is a ploy, I actually always applaud parents when we go to our children's events.
Yes.
And you really show up and show out for them. Do you know when they go back to their seat, do you know how much the children will hug them? Like, mommy, you dance. Oh.
Even if you didn't dance well, you
dance. So they feel as if you're representing them. So I always like it when we do that. I would just forget our, just take away all your inhibitions and get into it.
One of the women would
throw your wig out.
As in to show you that
get into the groove.
We came down here to get dirty for our children. That's school fees. When you hear the catching in your head, you say, yeah.
But daddies never do this chat to this.
So I was going to go there.
They would do it though.
No, I was going to go there. So yesterday, I know there was a lot of graduation events across Lagos City. And a lot of things was a lot of women. There are also fathers in different schools, but you typically see like school curricular activities like this and things like this being the women who come. I would have loved to see 1 or 2 fathers dancing like this. And they might have been in the audience but they're like, oh, it's the women dancing. I don't want to show myself. Women are dancing,
But why do we form?
Come on.
Outside?
No, but what if they said mothers and then they said fathers?
said any parent.
Like the children gendering. Can you see the children excited?
They are so happy.
No, I'm just saying that they probably categorize it. Okay, mothers come out and dance, fathers come out and dance.
If fathers came out and dance, trust me, that video will be trending. On this same thing, blessings, there's no way that video will
they
not
didn't dance this much.
Their church pastor will call them with someone else. Sister Abigail, this is not.
But do you know something? Right. I actually like the fact. I like the way they dance. I don't think they went overboard. Knowing how some people can be, I still think this was quite representative and quite very okay. For
and nobody is uncladding themselves, just to be vulgar or anything. This is happy people.
Full tank, so
yeah, of course.
They will censor my whole
in a very black and white way. So it's very easy to see that there are no gray areas. And this conversation is black and white.
Do you remember a cartoon when we're younger? It's about a jailbird that always breaks out of jail. He's always in a striped black and white outfit.
Why would you remember? A jailbird who would always break out.
Why did you go
He's
that
wearing black
far
and white.
to throw shades at me?
And do you know black and white is
very synonymous with a jail
in some places
term.
It's jail attire.
Yeah.
What people behind bars wear.
But it's okay.
See how Captain is looking at you.
Can I ever win?
You wear it so gracefully.
You wear it so well.
After they don't insult me.
That's what I'm saying. You wear it well.
Just like orange is the new black.
It's not working, Catherine. It's not working.
The shade was taken.
But she said it would be for a full tank. Lolo said it'd be school fees. What's your own?
School fees, my sister.
School fees.
No, let's categorize the school fees. It will be tertiary.
Tertiary, yeah.
Tertiary school fees.
School fees, one school fees
there's different level of
twice of my own one.
No.
So we are not on the same level. I respect you.
You're both done.
Are we moving? But we are both done.
Let's kindly move on.
Can you move on, please? Jailbird.
Anyways, I've collected shit this morning and we've all expressed what we can dance for. Free dance. And I'm saying they'll censor my whole body.
If I tell you my... no, go
ahead. Okay, it's Hot Topic Special and you already know we don't handle it alone. So after the break, our special guest will join us on Jasiri. You don't want to miss it, so stay tuned.
So today on Jasiri's Hot Topic Special, we got a comedian, a content creator, and an actor. It's not Pharisee, it is not Genesis, it is Phronesis. His first name, as they born him, they gave him Emeka. Emeka Phronesis Ubido, but we call him Fro. Hey!
Hey,
who
try
calls him
now.
Fro? I want to know who calls him Fro.
We call him Fro.
The club, the gang.
I'm all right.
How are you?
Are you always this your stage?
Chill.
Yeah,
No, until he gets on stage.
Chilled,
We was chilled about this one.
He's not okay.
It's the worst.
I'm actually a very shy person.
Oh, shut up.
This is the first time Lolo is not trying to possess.
Possessed.
I own this one.
I think it's already been possessed. That's why.
Okay, but before we get into it, why Phronesis though? Where did that come
Yeah, so it's a Greek word. It means wisdom. It's just,
Is it spelled the same way? It is?
yes, it is.
I would have thought when I heard
Interesting. I see that. Yeah.
Phronesis.
Yeah. We like it. We like it.
We like it.
So let's get into our very first hot topic.
You must do this one because it's very crucial.
It's very good.
It's crucial. So please, let's focus. I need premium attention.
Yes.
Our very first hot topic. President Bola Tinubu has approved a new minimum wage of 70,000 naira for Nigerian workers and has pledged to review the national minimum wage law every 3 years. Now, this decision follows a meeting between the president and the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, at the presidential villa, Abuja. The president also pledged to assist the private sector and subnationals in paying the minimum wage. Let's take a look at this.
I've announced in terms of the amount of 70,000. Happen to be where we are now. So now, but the good thing about it is that we will not wait for another 5 years to come and review. Rather than accepting on a figure that you wait for 5 years, it's like you have to now negotiate even 2 times within 5 years with a view to going up.
Then made a pronouncement of 70,000 naira that by next week that they should put finishing touches and do the transmission to the National Assembly. But why this became a catch, because we from organized labor, we have been pushing that the issue of 5 years review is too much. With also the caveat that this is going to be done every 3 years. 3 years. The next review will be 3 years. And after that pronouncement, we from Labour just has been said that, well, we have received what the president has promised from both ends.
Phronesis, I need to start with you.
What did I do?
It's not that you did anything. You're with us. You are a Nigerian. You're with us in all of this. Fuel is high. Food is high. Inflation is high. They were asking for 260 or 265. I can't remember now. About 260. Then I remember he offered 63,000. So the president has just gone up to 7K. So now it's 70,000 naira. Please, what do you think?
Me, I think 100K is okay. 70K is small.
They said the government said they're not moving to 100K, that they're not budging.
Agreed to it.
And they should reduce their own salaries.
We're going to get into that story too now.
And 70,000 now, all of us.
But really, so people have been flaying labor because it's not just about the money. So you might increase wages, which is going to still drive up the cost of living. But what are you asking for when it comes to transportation, to food, electricity, to help to small and medium enterprises who actually end up bearing the brunt of a lot of these things and also employ the most people in Nigeria? So I don't know, getting your 70K, but not getting things that are that impact the 70K.
The only thing I would say is that it's a significant rise from 30.
I mean, not
30, from 30.
But not all states are still paying that 30.
I'm even saying that on paper. Let's say that that's a huge mark. I knew that 250 was like if it was a dream. It cannot work. Yeah. We all know that. But the thing is, this is an isolated event as far as I'm concerned. What the country needs is more than a 70K rise. Every other thing, inflation needs to come down. For this money to even make a little sense, inflation needs to come down.
Food needs to be
because food needs, even if everything is high, food, healthcare, transportation, education. If if all those things are still high, then what is this 70K going to do?
Well, someone would say when it was 35K minimum wage, we're still talking about food, we're still talking...
Because inflation was still rising.
Inflation was still rising, but not astronomically as it is now.
So I'm glad that I just learned a new word. So it's not like I'm saying something to the government that not like I don't mean to say, but we all know that there's not a lot of Phronesis for the Nigerian government, right? Because we always prioritize.
See how he's looking at
the
you.
wrong thing.
See how he's looking.
No. I didn't, she said it.
Did I say anything? They don't know the meaning, but because it's like we always prioritize on the wrong things, right? Instead of focusing on how we can, like Lolo said, bring down the prices of things, we're sharing rice, right? And
have
it's like,
have you gotten?
Who will get?
Have you gotten rice?
You will get, do like this.
But wait, have you gotten rice? Have you gotten rice?
I will still get.
You will still get. You have hope.
It's a lot of misplaced priorities, to be honest. And then they will keep making it look like they don't have this money. But we're launching private jets every day. We're renovating VP's house every day.
So we're increasing money for judiciary workers, which is quite interesting.
Are you saying that jet is old? The president needs new.
And the vice president,
Yeah, they need. I think he even needs like 3. So that
As in, why are we being so cheap?
In
case one to borrow blessings, one.
Nigeria jet 2, Nigeria jet 3.
It's true. But people are reacting to this. And before we move on to, because Phronesis was talking about, symbolic measures. But before we move on to that, let's look at what the reactions are to the agreement between President and NLC and TUC, Organized Labor. Minimum wage is a massive jump. Also agreeing to the 3-year review cycle instead of 5 years is also a good one. God bless everyone for the final resolution. On to the next challenge at official BAT. And that's, of course, the president's official handle. This is a good development. Okay, let's see what next. Government officials, politicians, governors, Senate and House of Representatives, and all political appointees must also earn a minimum wage. Let us change the salary structure. Without it, there is no need to keep deceiving ourselves. With fuel selling at over 100... Jesus, sorry. I rebuke it. With fuel selling at over 1,000 naira now, and with impending increase in the pump price to between 1,300 and 1,500 naira per liter, 70K minimum wage is grossly inadequate and an insult to the patience and sensibilities of Nigerian workers, and a clear indication that for Tinubu, nothing matters other than his personal comfort and that of his immediate family members, friends, and associates. A day is coming soon. But you know what? At least 100,000, but 70K is no in this economy, sir. Then somebody else replied, how many states can pay it? Only few states, I think 2 are currently paying 70K minimum wage, Lagos and Edo. States like Abia are still owing the 18K they were paying before increasing it to 33.
Yes,
The politicians have no honesty milked this country for so long while neglecting the civil servants. We must all sit on the same table or there is no table at all. This is ridiculous and outrageously wicked.
Wow. I saw Phronesis do like this.
Ooh, honestly. 18K, if they're still struggling to pay 18K.
Please, Phronesis, what were you going to say?
Oh, we're talking something.
I'm just tired.
It's a speechless situation.
18K.
In fact,
18K.
Yeah. How much did you take to the market last time?
67,900.
I just bought tomatoes, onions, and tatashe yesterday.
My brother.
43,000 plus.
Voilà.
As I was paying.
Welcome. You were remembering me.
Yes. I priced yam.
You're still eating yam?
You went there.
You didn't let me finish.
Okay. You're rich.
I didn't say but. I priced it for you to know the half level. How much? 9K.
Yes.
I just tell the malam that it's too dry.
For yam?
I just tell you, no. Room 5,000.
I have not eaten yam in a month
instead of yam. But even the cocoyam I bought was still very expensive.
So you survived.
Wow. 5,000 cocoyam, 5,000 naira cocoyam was just something we ate the entire family because everybody's around once. But
how did you make the cocoyam?
I boiled it. Yeah. And then when I boiled it, we put some little sugar in it just to amp the...
Yes.
Then we add some palm oil.
The umami flavor.
The palm oil, you put a little salt in everybody's bowl.
And then
you dip the cocoyam in the oil.
My sister, flesh and blood.
And at the end,
And drink
what
plenty of
happens?
water.
Yes,
the only
what
way.
happens? A full stomach.
A full stomach.
Lolo, take us to the next story because I think Phronesis will have something to say about this.
Honestly, still talking about government and politicians, the House of Representatives have resolved to support the federal government with 648 million naira for 6 months by cutting down their salaries by 50%. This is to support food sufficiency and address the high cost of food. Lawmakers also appeal to Nigerians to exercise patience with President Tinubu's administration in addressing challenges and hardships.
Wow.
This is laudable.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
Can somebody do math?
I wish I could say
Laudable.
it's laudable, but I think I need to know what their salary is.
This
Which
is
salary? Your
laudable.
lawmaker salary.
political
I promise you can't know.
That is my point. So
148 million.
you people, wait. You guys are not doing the math on this thing.
So
There
it's
is-
not laudable for me.
There is no
It's what-
transparency in government, so you can't know. They won't tell
You can't
you.
know, that's the thing. So
They
how do
never
you
tell
even know
you.
if they're giving you 50?
So are they doing this because they really want to help, or they're doing this to get closer and to
Because
curry
they know
more
that people are
favor?
going to start calling them out. Like, why is it that, okay, 100K is too much to ask for? So what are you earning?
No,
What are
I
you
don't think it's a
putting
calling out. They are just afraid that people will go on the street again.
Yeah.
So that's why they are saying they are cutting salaries, but you can't know their salary. If they tell you they are cutting salaries, how would you fact check that?
Exactly. How do we monitor it?
It is well.
No, we need to ask this question because you guys are not doing this math with me and it's annoying
I'm not
me.
a math student.
So they said 648 million baht,
Yes.
right? And there are 360 of them. So if we are assuming that we're dividing 648 million by 360 members of the House of Reps, they're saying that their salary is this equation is saying that the salary is 1.8 million a month.
Yeah.
1.8 million, yes? But this is supposed to be 50% because if they're cutting 50%, they're giving 50%. So this is 50% of what we spend on them in a year. Are you people, are you following how my equation is tumbling?
My own is that you can do all the cutting you want to do. And what is the proper chain of dissemination of disbursement, whatever it is you want to do? You are giving 50% to who? Are you putting it in a common cocoa? And you're saying that, okay, this cocoa is only 3 people that can have access to it to distribute it among 36 states, including the FCT. You are mathematicking it. So what is the mathematics behind this?
So that
Okay,
50%,
you're giving 50%.
Okay, so that 50%, after a while, you guys don't complain. They just used to buy Prado.
Yeah, like where does it go? That's the question. Okay.
And then listen to
What's
the
the
word they
sharing
use.
formula?
They use salaries. These people don't only get salaries.
Allowances.
They get allowances and emolument.
Travel, entertainment.
So, like,
Why are you so willing
I
now?
don't believe that is what they earn.
even me, this math is suspect to me.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you so willing to be so generous?
Why does this song keep coming? President General
Among the nations, they will find you people.
I didn't do it with them. I'm a guest.
All right, they told us we have reactions because we want to get to take reactions.
because the way my body is reacting.
I wanted to do that for my husband, but I was like, that man will just chase me out of the room. Somebody said, I need someone to pay to laugh. What happens to the bogus allowance? Please pay us to laugh. 1, 2, 3. You people are horrible. It's not about slashing salaries. They should earn based on a minimum wage structure. That's the best way to go. Anything else, anything aside that is criminality.
The moment they say this guy should start earning 70K, so they will pick up other jobs.
Side hustle.
They will leave it. They say, we're not doing government again.
This
I'm not
set of
interested.
greedy people actually take Nigerians for a fool. The salary of the National Assembly isn't the problem, but the allowances. Nigerians will appreciate their empathy if they can withhold their allowances for the next 1 year and they can keep their salaries.
I commend
would
the
they
National
survive on
Assembly
it?
for their kind gesture. But the thing is, we're looking at something that will be sustainable, not a half-baked solution. What will happen after 6 months? Why are we always looking at short-term solutions instead of long-term
No,
problems?
we have short-term solution. We'll just borrow.
But we have brought ourselves to a point of not being able
IMF,
to
they'll just give us
borrow.
money. We'll squander it
Good.
again.
I commend them for this. It is clear that the senator has a problem. So you know what? I want us to, because you talked about them being afraid of people getting back on the streets, and we need to mention this because August is not too far away. Yeah. There is a month of protests being planned for August. The hashtag, I don't know if you've seen it, is End Bad Governance in Nigeria, and that's what's being used. Now, Omoyele Sowore, who's a former presidential candidate, has released 15, as he described it, critical non-negotiable demands. Another northern group, Northern Initiative for Growth, has written to the IGP announcing that they have plans to protest. Now, I've been seeing this flyer all over social media. It's talking about nationwide protests from the 1st to the 10th of August, what their demands are, talking about Sorosoke 2. Sorosoke 1, if you guys will think about it, was really involved with NSARS. Phronesis, it feels like there's really a lot of inspiration also coming from what Kenyan youth did in Kenya. Yeah. But I know this was being talked about even before those protests broke out. When you look at doing 50% salary cuts, 70,000 naira minimum wage, should we be on the streets?
So I've been to Kenya before, and then I saw they organize their protest. It's organized. Yes. We protest today, and then they give them police. You guys can protest, but I will protest online. Yeah, because I have a son. He's never good at that.
Yeah, but don't you think that this is the problem of Nigerian?
No, it's not the problem. So in Kenya, they speak one language, in Swahili, so they can afford to, But in Nigeria,
this guy.
When the Igbos come out, the Yorubas will come out, the Hausas will hold gone. So everywhere is scattered.
First time, blood, come. Excuse me, can I meet you again?
So it really cannot work.
So you are saying that we would never have cohesion and unity.
So what happened to the last protest?
It pushed, then it broke.
No. After the NSAS, there's been small protests now. So once they counter-protest you, so there's what you can do now. They will now say all of you are disturbing the peace of the nation. Into jail, quick. And there's money to fund other guys too.
All right. But this fear, the fear you have is very valid, because I remember with NSAS, people were shouting, they're telling their children, why are you going out, stay home. Kenyans lost over 30-something people who died. Yeah. And many Kenyans who are still protesting now, because protests have actually risen again, said that they don't want those lives to not mean something. So I understand you talking about you have a son, he hasn't grown. You want to be around, be a father. Because you can step out today, not be part of protests and get caught up in something. Yeah. But for how long? I think that's Lolo's question. How long do you want to do that? Are we going to hand our children the same Nigeria that we are in right now?
I bet you I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's true. I bet you if some Nigerian youth come out to say they want to protest, and then some guy just say, you guys come around, how far, we get something for now. That's the end of the protest.
But is that not learned behavior? I promise you that's...
It's learned behavior.
It's learned behavior. Who did we learn it from?
Who did we learn it from?
The majority of them are not people that can easily be bought, because let's be honest, even during the NSAS, we see that the same youths, some of the youths were used against the process. They were used to, jeopardize the whole thing, but the majority of them were people that literally actually wanted change.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
true.
see, let's go for a break. Yeah, never mind. Don't worry, we're going for a break. We'll be back.
All right, thanks for staying with us on Jasiri. It's been a very topsy-turvy conversation. The emotions have been going like this, but we're not done. So we have our final story, and this highlights family dynamics. Now, a 30-year-old woman is seeking advice. She says her father left her mom when she was just 3. It was a very bad marriage, right? So he came back when she was in GS2 and asked her and the younger sister to spend the holidays with him and his new family. Still a deadbeat after the holiday, he paid school fees for the first time when she was in SS2, and last year, things turned bad for him. He came back to the mother, and she accepted him back. Now, the girl says she spent almost all her NYSC alawi on him. Then, when she got married, he changed, started frustrating the mom again during the wedding process. After that, she stopped communicating with him. He has, according to her, tried to ruin her marriage, calling her husband to insult him, to beg him for money, telling everyone her mom said the daughter should not take care of him. Even though she sends him money, he won't call. But when he needs money, he won't stop calling. Now, she started keeping her distance, and he's now been calling that his car is bad, and later that he needed fuel money. Now, calling her in-laws and saying terrible things about her as well. The younger sister blocked him years ago, so he can't even reach her like that. Now, she's asking, should she do the same?
Please, does the sun rise every day?
So,
please, you have a guess. You have a guess.
I just asked this.
Wait, you have a guess. What should she say?
Where's the guy?
He's still alive, he's still around, he's calling family, calling in-laws, calling her husband, just telling everybody that the mother has turned them against him, even though he was a deadbeat, only paid school fees, I think, 2 times in her life, and has been demanding so many things. He's alive.
On behalf of the men where they try, we won't see him.
I like that.
No, beat him.
I like that. You know, because people will tell you that the Bible says honor thy father and thy mother. But they forget the other Bible verse that says parents should not annoy, aggravate, anger their children unnecessarily.
Tolu knows all those scriptures.
Do not provoke your children to be like, no, I need to know.
I'm a pastor. I want to be using. She will use to base her bad behavior.
Who has bad behavior?
I said, I'm a pastor. Did I say Tolu?
Okay, please, let's go back to the story then. You were saying, Lolo.
Mm-hmm. There are some things that when you hear it, it just does not toe the line of humanity or normalcy.
Doesn't make any sense.
There are some things that you think you're helping. It's just like me. I do not give money to people I know are drug addicts. I give them food. Because I know the money would not be used for the right purpose. You see, this kind of person, this sense of entitlement, I donated sperm to give birth to you, is old.
Yeah.
The fact that you give birth to a child is a function of masculinity.
Biology.
But that's biology, that's just it. But nurturing your children, that is fatherhood.
Yes.
So the fact that she even allows him around her is already annoying me. Because whether she likes it or not, there are some behaviors that the husband might keep. And say, this is how they behave in her family. Look at the way her dad behaves, even though he knows the story. It's a different thing when somebody knows the story, but they can't see it visually. Right. But when it becomes visual that they can see it, they just solidify or they put name to even behaviors that might be ordinary. Maybe one day her husband says something, she just said, that's how your dad does.
I mean, that's what family.
But family in here, you raise your voice. Your dad was just here some days ago screaming and shouting that we should buy fuel. Look at that.
How do you respond? How do you respond to that?
Just blocked him.
So wait, even Phronesis, there's one point in this. The guy disappeared. Then when things went bad, he came back and the mother accepted him.
Yeah.
So she's also upset that her mother has taken him back and is not even saying anything.
So there's something that we don't use as Nigerians. It's called restraining order. Yeah. It's there for you to use. The man won't come again.
No, a lot of times we're too sentimental.
This is your count.
My brother,
I just leave it for us to grapple with.
You are rubbing off on me. I'm quite calm on this topic. I didn't say anything.
Calm yourself.
A lot of men are irresponsible, highly irresponsible. And then some women just allow it.
Yeah,
a lot of women allow it. They allow
that's
men
also responsibility.
Because this is the one that they say you use your hand to do yourself when you're not being winched. You use your hand to do yourself. The man abandoned ship how many years ago when the kid was 3, and he comes back. You don't know where from come. Which breeze blew him back, and he comes back and say, "I'm talking." Let me remember something when I was younger. My mother had a friend who. Her husband left, and the kids were all grown, and then he comes back, and she decides to take him back. I don't know why women are wired to do that, to take him back.
No, they're not wired. They're not wired.
They're cultural.
They're wired. Overly sentimental. A lot of women. A lot of women would give the excuse of, "Oh, boy, is my children's father."
That's the thing. That's why I say we are wired.
No,
we are wired on your condition.
The culture is telling you that is why, and that is what you're meant to do.
And so, to what you continue to think that way and align yourself that way. That's why I said that. They are wired, Antuka, like I was saying. So, uncle comes back and my mother's friend takes him back, only to bring sickness, and she spends the rest of his life
taking care of him.
My sister, and she would come and meet my mom, and they would talk, and she would lay out her frustration. And as children, when this auntie comes, your mother becomes more upset. There are some women, people who come and visit your parents, and they are soft, and you can get anything you want. But she kept on lamenting and complaining, and until the man died, she was looking after him. So this man has abandoned you since your child was 3 years old, and he comes back from where? There was a reason how he left, how he had been before he left and came back, and you accepted him back. And he's still manifesting. Now he's manifesting these behaviors. What I don't understand with the lady who sent in the comments, my sister, Does the sun rise every day? You have all the indices in front of you. Like it says, restraining order, there's so many options. Choose your struggle. Decide where it is you want to go. All you need to do is to be confident in the decision you take.
Yes, and just excellent.
So I want to say two things. I think I told you guys about a friend I have whose mother is widowed, and her children are saying, you know, get married, get married. All the people are coming to her that they want to bring like their widowed or their first fathers. The men are old. They're already in the, what do you call it, the sunset of their life. And some of them are sick. And she said she does not want to spend the rest of her life taking care of any man. She has raised children, taking care of a man till he died. This is her time. And I don't know why we sort of seem to think that women should continue to take care of people to the end of their lives. There's a nurse who makes a point about go to hospitals when parents are dying. A lot of times when it's a mother dying, everyone is there. Sometimes when it's a man dying, even the wives that are meant to take care of them, that is when they get their pound of flesh back. And people say if you want people to be there at the end of the day, you'll do better for them. But I also say this, we need to be comfortable being villains. He's talking about you to your in-laws. Go and tell your in-laws your side of the story and zip up. We need to be comfortable being villains in people's stories. We don't always have to be the hero.
My thing is, right, a lot of times when you're accepting people back, and it's not just about marriage now, even friendships, relationships, do not do it as per you're expecting them to change, right? Because at the end, they say don't expect, is when you don't expect things, you don't get disappointed. Right? Do not be sentimental. Do not say, oh, is this, is that. Don't attach it to anything. Because at the end of the day, when the person comes back and there's no change, you're like, oh, I wish I never. You are not entitled to, if this thing about you're not sorry because you're sorry because you got caught. That's the situation with a lot of men who leave the houses. It's premeditated. They go, they do all they want to do, and they have the prodigal mindset that if it doesn't work out, my wife will take me back. So we should stop being that wife that would take everything back, because like you said, they will come back with sickness, come back with HIV, affect you, and you know, and
I've heard of a story of a man who went for years, and because you know women in the early years, they never had. If a man wants to go now, how would you find a woman that would just remarry? It takes a while. A woman can't just go on the road and pick a man and say, marry me. So she was still single when the man came back. Of course, maybe something dragged. Do you know the man killed her?
What? How?
Because he just hated the fact that her life was wholesome and his life was deadbeat.
Killed her, how? Like,
I want Phronesis, because of time, I want Phronesis to have the last word on this, especially for the men.
You know, because I also have an experience, you know. I didn't grow up having a relationship with my dad, you know, because he left, you know, same thing, he left and then was trying to find his way back. My son, oh, he's on TV, his dad. I'm like, guy, chill.
How many years?
Yeah, a long time.
Wow.
And I'm like, Dad, chill. We're not friends. No, me, I'm like that. I can be very blunt. We're not friends. We were never friends when I was growing up. You didn't know how I went to school. You didn't know Jack. So now you cannot call me to blackmail me. I will do when I feel it's convenient for me to do. You can't guilt trip me into anytime you just come, oh, I have a son somewhere. You didn't even know how I survive. Man, you have no idea. Me, I'm very strict and firm like that. When it comes to my family, I'm like, this is this. And that is that. Everybody knows.
You try, and you're even giving. Some people don't give. They say you didn't contribute.
And if the mothers want to, I just want to say, if as a mother you want to take your husband back, don't impose him on the children. Because this thing is, I have a similar experience where now they are telling me, oh, who is going to hand you over to? I will rent a father. They will hand me over to.
I believe you. I will hand you over. Don't worry.
You don't. I don't know you from anywhere. You're calling me because you saw me on TV. You're calling me because now you think that I'm not going to ask you for money. But when it was looking like I could ask you for money, you were nowhere to be found. So as a parent, if you want to take your husband or your wife that's really
alone
and you want to take them back, don't impose them on the children, because
and
they don't
children don't impose your mother's ex on them. Neither impose your father's ex on them.
Your parents to be
because sometimes
my sisters are gangster.
I'm loving it. But I'll say one thing on this, because we talk about forgiveness, and the mother will say she's forgiven. You can forgive, but forgiveness does not mean access. Forgiveness does not mean they have to come back and the relationship picks up. You can forgive and be on the other side of the table. I don't wish you dead. I wish you well. Go your way. I've forgiven you. My heart is free. It can be that. Oh, sadly, our time is gone because of the aliens. Lolo. One of you called the aliens.
It's Lolo. Lolo.
Okay, it's probably Lolo. She's been Googling too many things. But we want to say a very big thank you to our special guest, Phronesis. We're going to have to have him come back. Because, ladies, did we make him nervous? Do you feel like we made him nervous?
I don't understand.
We made you nervous.
I think
No.
I don't understand.
Are you sure?
I'm not a morning person. I woke up and I had to come. So.
Thank you for it.
I wake up from 12:01.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
No, it's not rich. That's how I sleep.
Rich boy.
So when do you sleep? Oh, you're not asleep for night?
No, not asleep for night.
All right, well, we sleep for nights, which means we also have to leave the studio. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a wrap on the week. Monday, we have some great things happening. We catch up Monday. If you guys say anything else on that, we'll see you 10 a.m. West African time on Monday.
Me down.
No.
My fundamental human rights was breached.
No. I'll be singing.